most recent experiences, you know that the Nuremberg and Tokyo tribunals, they had a very important, very serious ground and occasion to prosecute and try sexual crimes. You know very well that very serious sexual violences were perpetrated by Nazi and by Japanese army. But this has not been done. So then we have to arrive to 93, 94, when the ad hoc tribunals, respectively for former Yugoslavia and Rwanda, were established to see how to put an end to the impunity against serious crimes, including sexual crimes. And we had successfully achieved the mandate, and I will just talk about the ICTR because I know the ICTR work, where I have been involved for almost 9 years. I know what has been achieved, and has been achieved a lot. We know that sexual violence can constitute genocide, can constitute crimes against humanity and war crimes. And these crimes are being prosecuted and tried successfully. And the victims of those crimes, they have had the possibility, after having decided courageously to testify in a very difficult situation, but they had also the opportunity to get the truth, and this is what they expected. Even before any compensation, victims want to know the responsible, want to know the truth, and want that the responsible is brought to justice. And this has been done. As I said, successfully by the ICTR and by the ICTY. But still, we missed something, because after that, in '98, you know very well that the international community decided to establish a permanent international criminal court, the ICC. And the ICC, for the first time, has included among the crimes on which the court should have jurisdiction, gender crimes. So a more developed level of protection of victims of those crimes. And also the ICC has demonstrated this is possible to prosecute and in other cases, and especially to protect victims. The protection of victims is a very important development of the international criminal justice through the functioning of the ICC. But how many know about that? This, I think, is a problem. How many in this room or outside this room, in this very important summit, which is a global summit, I think attendants are coming from every region of the world, but how many know about the achievements of these tribunals, ad hoc tribunals, and then the ICC, which is still and this is permanent, so it's still developing itself. It's said that the ICC has a certain role within developing an evolving system of justice, of international criminal justice. So who knows about that? Who plans to contribute to the success of this court? And this court is complementary to the national jurisdiction. How many states are seriously committed to implement the Rome Statute and have at national level the means to prosecute and try those crimes? And I'm just talking about gender crimes. So we should have some problems somewhere if today, since some time, that for the first time we are talking about a plan to end the sexual violence in conflict. I'm sorry to say that, because I'm very enthusiastic to attend this meeting, but we have also to understand that after many years we should have not only demonstrated what the civilian society is doing, and is doing very well. I heard the achievement of Soroptimist and the achievement of of other NGOs and other organizations. But institutionally, I think we are still weak. So we would expect that the national institution, the national jurisdiction, take more seriously the problem of the sexual violences in conflict or not in conflict. But we are talking about the sexual violences in conflict. This is a very hard situation because during the conflict should be internal or international. The victims and not only the women are victims of sexual violence, but the number of victims are mostly women. These are already in very difficult conditions because of the conflict, so they don't have any kind of protection, and they are in a very in isolation because so often they are in refugee camps. They are seeking refuge, they are seeking help, but they have to also be victims of these crimes, which are very heinous crimes and very atrocious crimes. But the interest for these crimes is first of all how to prevent. This is to end the violence is something coming after when the crimes are been already committed, but how to prevent. So, and this is why I talked a bit earlier about the very soft memory we have of what has been, what happened in the history and what has been done to do something, to achieve something at judicial level, at international judicial level. Because we need to learn lessons, we need to know. And this year is the 20 years after the genocide in Rwanda. So what is the situation today after a generation? Probably today we have around the world, in Rwanda or around the world, the children of rapes. So this is, I think, something that should oblige us to think about the after the Rwandan genocide, what is today the society and what the international community or the national communities are doing in order to avoid, to prevent that other conflict will cause the same sufferance to women as the Rwandan women suffered at that time.